Welcome back to Gotchu Gotchu. My name's Joseph. On my left,
Heather.
yeah, we're back. We're back.
20 minutes
at this,
later.
Different day.
Yup.
We came back at the same spot they recorded yesterday. Actually, I'm joking. We're just recording another one because we got a really good background today, and I just wanted to do it one more and use the background one more.
Yup. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Do you like it more when I start the podcast with more energy, or do you like it very calm, like sleepy?
Yeah, calm, sleepy.
You like that? Me too. Anyway, today's topic is...
Fix your attitude.
Yeah. Why'd you want to pick this topic?
Because you always talk about my attitude issues.
Yeah. You complain a lot. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't know?
Because it's not really complaining. It's like, something's bothering me. I'm gonna let you know.
So it's a sign. You're giving me a sign that something's not right.
Yeah.
Every time you complain, it feels like I'm looking at a bird in a nest where they go, like trying to get food from their mother.
That's me.
Every time I complain, it feels like that.
You really don't complain, I think.
I don't complain.
Sometimes you do.
I do it once in a while. When do I complain usually?
Like when you're stressed out because you didn't get a podcast out, or
I complain when I don't do the things that I need to do. Oh, that's when I complain.
Woke up late or something like that.
Something along the lines of me not doing the work that I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Very different.
What about if someone else is making you mad? Somebody else did something to you. Do you take that out on other people or no?
I usually don't get mad at other people. But because if I decide not to see them, then it solves everything. But if I'm at a place where I have to see them regularly, then it gets stressful.
Yeah.
Like you and me. I have to see you, right? Then I have to deal with your attitude.
Oh.
And sometimes, I get frustrated. But I usually complain or explain it on the podcast, though. It's a good content. So I don't really...
You're welcome.
So I don't really complain. Maybe I complain on the podcast, but not off the thing, right?
Yeah.
So,
But if somebody else is making you mad.
It's been a long time since...
Because you said that to me one time. You said, see, this person made you mad, and now you're screaming at me.
Oh, I never do that.
Yeah.
Maybe I sometimes do it to my mom.
Oh.
Some rarely. Because it usually happens when she wakes me up in the morning, and I'm like, then I complain. But actually, it's a different complaint.
Yeah.
It's not because of someone else. No, I don't complain because of someone else. But you do a lot.
Oh.
I'm your trash bag, right? I'm your trash bag. You put all the trash in me.
I don't.
Everything that happens with Anthony, oh, he can't pick me up from the train station. I'm so frustrated. Just tell me if you can or can't. And you explain all that to me with screaming, cursing, swearing, with that attitude.
Oh.
But I deal with that. I'm so proud. And every time we're about to record...
Do you think
What?
I get mad easily?
Yeah, very easily. Very easily. But it's not like you actually get mad. Just a little bit, here and there. I don't like it. The only time that you actually got mad was when I took your phone in the library. It was Tuesday, right? It was your busiest day of the week. Took your phone and you got mad. Yeah, other than that, just complaining. Where do you think you got that character from?
Complaining?
Like, no, I don't want to do that. No, it's always no.
Wait, but I don't think I do that.
You don't think you do that?
Mm-mm.
You always go, no.
Yeah, because if somebody's bothering me.
Oh, I'm bothering you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Sometimes. Like when you take my phone.
But I think that really pisses you off. Your phone is what should I call it? A clone. Like another Heather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you just took a piece of me.
Yeah. A piece of you.
I need it.
But when do I usually take your phone?
Every day. At least, I've been every day. If I even go on it, because when we finish the podcast, okay, I haven't gone on my phone in 1 hour. I just want to check my phone.
Yeah, I mean, checking your phone is fine. I don't really say anything about that.
That's what I do. I just check my phone, and then you'll be like, "So what are you doing the rest of the day?" And then it's like silence.
The checking your phone, I don't get mad over that. But when I'm cleaning up and everything, and then I ask you a question, and then nothing, and I say it again, no one's responding, and I look at you, and every time that happens, you're always on your phone, like 100%. And it's not like you're doing something productive. You're on your Instagram or Snapchat, just watching someone else's content. It's like, that's when I take your phone.
Oh, so you're helping me.
Yeah, if it's something that you need to respond, like texting your mom or something, like I don't really say anything. Right?
Okay.
It's always I get more mad.
Not.
It's always I get more mad when you're on social media.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah. Yes.
Do you think it's reasonable?
No.
Oh. You don't think it's reasonable?
Because I would never do that to you.
Because
if I wouldn't do it to somebody else, you can't do it to me.
Because I'm not on my phone when I'm talking to someone, unless it's like searching for a specific thing.
It's like,
I don't scroll on TikTok while I'm with you, right? Have you seen me on TikTok scrolling?
Well, you can't go on. Your whole For You page is screwed up anyways.
What about Instagram? Do I go on Instagram while we're having a conversation? No.
Yes.
No. I don't. I don't use my phone in front of like someone that I'm talking to.
Yeah.
That's being respectful.
Oh.
Right? Basic thing.
Oh.
Like, and you weren't doing that. So I was like, wow, Heather. Something's wrong. This is definitely wrong. It's unacceptable.
Yeah, but usually even if I just open my phone for a second,
No, I
don't even hear you coming. You just.
I never do that. If you're looking at your phone and you're not responding, I give you an eye.
No, you don't.
And
no,
then you feel
first
it.
thing. Give me your phone.
No.
Give me your phone.
No, because you know what? It happened every time we do the podcast. It's basically every day.
Yeah, but you used to not do that.
Do you know? Oh, do you know why? Because you weren't on your phone. Do you remember like the first few times? You weren't on your phone.
No.
And then you got more comfortable, and then you start just going on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
And not even responding to what I'm saying. So I was like, huh. It's a bad habit.
But I really don't. Like, if I
What, do you know people who would eat at a restaurant but both of them is on their phone? Both of them are on their phone. It really looks bad.
It depends who I'm with. If I'm with like like my sister or something, yeah, I'll be on my phone. Whatever. It's my sister.
That's not how I roll.
If I'm with like my grandparents, hell no, I'm not on my phone.
That's just being respectful. Do you think that's okay if you're like comfortable with them?
Yeah.
I disagree. This is where our value doesn't match. Our value doesn't align. You think it's fine to go on your phone if you're. It really depends who you're with.
Like, it's not the whole time. We're not even speaking. We're just on our phone. Like, it's not like that.
If you guys are speaking.
Yeah.
It's fine. But I don't roll with that. No. Just think about it. Just convince me that that's acceptable.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It depends who you're with. If you're with somebody that's like...
No, it doesn't matter who you are. Who you're with.
Okay, no, it's not respectful.
Nah, to convince me.
No, I agree that it's not respectful.
Convince me. You say it's fine.
No, I said it's not fine.
It's not fine? Then why are you doing that then?
No, but I just meant like just checking for 1 minute and then put it away. That's it.
Checking important messages.
Yeah, like message, social
That's
media,
fine.
whatever.
Social media? What's on there that you need to respond?
It's not that I need to. It's just
Do you have to watch your friend's Instagram
a source
story?
of entertainment. But you can't act like it's just a me thing.
That's you thing. I mean, it's 2023. A lot of
the
people
whole
have
world
that
is on their
issue.
phones all the time.
So I'm trying to
pull away from that.
Yeah. It's so toxic. Social media is, if you don't use it well, it's toxic. So I'm trying to do this thing again where I don't go on social media or I don't go on my phone after I wake up.
How old were you when you started using social media?
Like I started YouTube 2020.
No, not when you started doing it. Like when you started consuming it. Like
probably Facebook. 26. Since when social media was popping?
Like, do you remember exactly when?
No.
Age range, year-wise?
Because when I was young, I would like text my friends, blah, blah, blah. And then the Wi-Fi thing, then I'll go on the internet. Like, yeah, I can't say. Wait, why?
Because I think that there's a difference in people that started using social media at a really young age versus if they didn't get it until they were a little bit older.
It's a culture difference.
Because growing up, I did both. It was like being like social media, but at the same time, like I still went outside, did normal kid things, but it was a mix of both.
Me too.
Yeah.
But I had a time where connecting your phone to a Wi-Fi wasn't a thing. I had that time. And I didn't really I don't know what I did. It's very different lifestyle.
Yeah, it wasn't just unlimited everything. You can use it whenever, wherever. Yeah.
So you should understand more.
Yeah, but I also,
understand that it's very toxic.
Of course it's toxic. But I also think there's a problem if like you are growing up on social media and like there was never a limit to how much you were consuming. Like your parents never told you, okay, you can only have like this much screen time. If they did, then you get used to, you know how to entertain yourself without it. But if you had like unlimited screen time, nobody told you to get off of it, you kind of just become like robot basically.
I think going on social media is fine, but sometimes it stops you from experiencing other things in real life. Which is interacting with human beings. Right?
Are you a part of the problem then?
What do you mean I'm a part of a problem?
If you're a content creator, you're putting out videos that people will just sit and watch and watch and watch and watch.
That's why I'm trying to make
human interaction content.
Something that's valuable, informative. You know?
Yes.
That makes them feel something. So, I mean, if you don't make them feel something, it's not going to get views. So, you need to give value in order to get views, basically.
Okay.
So, anyway, that was your attitude. Just looking at your phone while someone's talking.
I really don't do that though.
Like
even in class, for example, I never go on my phone ever.
You never go on your phone?
In class.
But every time I text you, you text back.
Because of my phone is away, but my laptop is out. So if I see I get a message.
Oh, so laptop's different.
No, because it's so quick. I could just scroll out of my messages and that's it, done.
Okay. You don't think phone and laptop is the same thing?
But all I do is I pull up the lecture slides on my laptop and that's it. I don't do anything else.
Because of that, I unsynced my phone and my laptop. If I know that I'm going to get messaged on my laptop at the same time, it would drive me crazy. Like even the notifications. I don't have notifications on all across my devices. Mute everything. What about you?
Only certain things are muted.
What do you mean certain things?
If somebody texts me too much, you're on mute. My group chat that I have, mute.
What about the other ones? Do you get like the ring? Or is it
No, it's silent.
Wait, did you say mute? Actually not even notifying you?
Yeah, not even notifying me.
Oh.
Unless I check it.
Oh. So it's on mute, but it tells you that they sent you something. But the second one is you don't even get that they sent you something. Oh, got you. Why would you do that?
Because if I'm on my phone, I don't want to get a message from like the same person. They're texting me over and over and over and over again. Right. I don't want to keep swipe. So I have those people like that text me too much. Mute.
Why do you even doing that kind of messaging in the first place?
What do you mean? Like I still talk to them, but it's just it's annoying to see that notification over and over and over again.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah. So I usually go out. Like group chat. You don't do that?
No. But I feel like usually group chats in general I always have muted because there's a lot of people in them, so they're naturally just gonna text more since there's more people. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't like texting because of that.
Mm.
It's like your daily life gets affected when you get a notification.
Yeah.
You know, that idea. I don't like it. But going back to attitude.
Mm-hmm.
I once was complaining about something at my high school. I think it was about my food or something. And he's not my he's my friend, but he's older than me. What do you call those people?
Your friend.
But he's older.
So he's your friend.
Yeah. Anyway, he was like, if you're gonna complain, don't eat it.
Oh. What'd you do?
I don't know. I forget. But
what do you think about that?
Makes sense. After that, I try not to complain about things. Do you think complaining is good?
No, I think people complain sometimes a lot. But we don't realize that we're actually like we should be more grateful and not complain.
I like that, Heather.
Yeah.
I like that.
We should be grateful that we can walk, we can breathe. We woke up today. We have water.
Yeah. Maybe it's a sign that we need to set up a thing between us. That every time we complain, we're gonna do something. We should have that.
We should.
Let's think. What can we do? Every time you complain, you're gonna do this, and every time I complain, I'm gonna do this.
There should also be a limit, though, to what we think complaining is. Because sometimes I'm just talking, and you think I'm complaining. That's what I've noticed.
Oh.
Like, I'll be like, oh my God, I took a shower today, and the water was really cold. Are you complaining right now? No, I'm just telling you the water was cold. Like, there's a difference.
Oh.
Maybe it's my tone that I say it in. I don't know, but...
Yeah, probably the tone. Oh, the water was really cold today.
But I would be like, oh my God, the water was so fucking cold today.
That's how you say it. Do you consider that complaining?
I could see why somebody would think that. But I'm just telling you that that's what happened.
I usually, when that happens, I just say, yo, Heather, the water was so cold today. Did you know? It's about, did you know? Like asking for a response.
Yeah.
But what you're doing is, the water was really cold. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter. I don't want to hear it. The water was cold. I think there's a difference. The first one, you want other person's response. The second one, it doesn't matter what the other person says. The water was cold. I think that's the difference. So what can we do to not complain as much? What are you gonna do?
I think like
do something to me and I'll do something to you every time I complain.
Okay. We'll think about it.
We'll think about it and we'll come up with like
an answer.
Answer next episode. Attitude. I usually don't have good attitude when I don't get enough sleep. That's the only thing that I need to avoid. If I don't get enough sleep, I get frustrated easily. Like I get mad. It's not like I complain. I get mad over little things. That's when my attitude actually like goes off the roof. What about you?
When I'm hungry.
Oh, that's when your attitude changes.
Sleep too. If I don't know how to do something.
You don't know how to do something, you get frustrated, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like, is it homework or is it some daily thing?
Like everything, yeah.
Everything?
Yeah, usually a homework though.
Because it makes sense that you get frustrated when you can't do the homework, because it's meant to be like that. But what about the daily thing? For example, let's say you couldn't pull up the thing and you get frustrated and you actually get mad. I think that's different. That's like controlling yourself. Because this is not designed to make you feel frustrated.
Yes, it is.
Oh. Okay. But usually, generally speaking, like a knife itself isn't supposed to make you frustrated. But if you don't use it well, then it makes you frustrated. It's like, why isn't this working? So, homework. But I think homework, it's like, school is giving you homework to give you challenges, usually. So, it's different. Well, what were we talking?
Things that make you frustrated.
Oh, yeah. So, it's usually when you don't eat a lot. That's when you get frustrated. It's a thing, though. I saw it online saying, oh, if you don't feed your girlfriend, like, she'll act, in a certain way. So you have to make sure that your girlfriend is like fed. Blah blah blah. Do you agree?
Yeah.
I sort of agree. Other than the food part, is there any other thing that makes you frustrated?
I think those are the top 3.
Top 3? Well, what's top 3? You only touched on one. When you get hungry.
No, we didn't. I said that when I'm hungry, when I don't get enough sleep,
sleep.
And when I don't know how to do something.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow. Have you ever seen an adult getting frustrated? Tell me about that.
Like what?
An adult that you've seen.
Oh, probably my dad.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was he doing?
Maybe my mom too. Oh yeah. Like, does your mom get mad?
My mom doesn't get mad at anything. Like, actually. Like,
really?
Now I think about it, she's zero. I've never seen her get like frustrated.
How about your dad?
Always. My mom, like, yeah. Now that I think about it, zero.
But my mom, like, definitely a lot less. But like when she gets mad, she gets mad.
I've never seen my mom mad.
Oh, my mom gets pissed to the point where she'll like take my phone, just like throw it across the room, take pots and pans, throw like
Oh, actually,
hell yeah.
like she get mad if I, but not over little things.
No.
Yeah, my mom does get mad sometimes.
Yeah.
If I'm doing something.
But yeah, it's very rare though.
Like these days, no. My mom. When I was young, when I was fighting with my brother, they should get mad.
Yeah.
Other than that, nah. Oh, not. Yeah. What does your dad get mad over?
I don't even remember.
You don't even remember?
I don't remember. It's a long time ago.
But you know that he gets mad.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even remember.
What about other than your dad or your parents?
Not really, but probably because what adults do I know that I see often is like what?
Professors?
A teacher. Yeah, but they don't really get mad at you. So you don't see them get mad.
Yeah, I've never seen a professor getting mad.
Yeah. So I guess I couldn't really say. But I would imagine that they do get mad.
What about people, just normal people outside?
Yeah, I mean, some people just have like a bad temper.
Temper issues.
Like, yeah, temper issues. Like, when they get mad, they don't know how to control themselves. They'll start hitting things. Like, they don't know what to do.
Oh, that's a big problem.
But then there's people that like just they get mad like normally.
Yeah. Oh, temper issues. We should touch on that one. Temper issues. 2023. A lot of people can't control their
emotions.
Temper.
Yeah.
Emotions. They're always mad. If they get mad, they start throwing
the end
things.
of the world.
Yeah. It's like they can't breathe.
Yeah.
Are there any friends around you who have anger issues?
No. Do you think you have anger issues? Do you know anyone? I don't know. You definitely don't.
My friends?
No, I'm saying you. Like, you don't have anger issues.
But I've noticed that these past few years, I would get frustrated easily. Like, it's just the thing. It's just a normal thing. Like, for editing, I'm like, I get mad at myself usually. And I know that sometimes I would like stream when I'm by myself. Like, I'll talk to myself. I do that. Come on. Anger issues.
Have you ever got really mad to the point where you start hitting yourself?
I always do. What do you mean?
No, like actually hit.
I mean, even on the podcast, when I said,
No, but like that's like a little like slap.
Like, where? Where would I hit?
I don't know. Like, some people do that. They get really mad. They start hitting themselves.
Well, like,
yeah.
Have you ever seen anyone? Like autistic people. But it looks really painful though. Like, if you're autistic, then what can you do? You can't. Your brain just functions that way.
Yeah.
Do you think anger issues is something that comes down from your family?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, sometimes it also just sometimes it has nothing to do with that. But I think it definitely can.
I think, generally speaking, it comes down. But that's what you grow up seeing.
Yeah. For sure.
So these days, when I see someone who have anger issues, I like go back to, they grew up this way, So that kind of reminds me how important parenting is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Do you think kids now have more anger issues than like before? Like, what would you think about that? If you had to take a guess.
People nowadays have ADHD. A lot of people. So, but the thing is, culture-wise, if you use like violence, then it's a problem. So they don't really use it. But back in the why are you laughing? But back in the days,
violence.
When they get frustrated, they'll like fight, and no one would like stop them. But now, these days, if you fight, it's a big problem here, right? So even though people have ADHD, the culture is like really suppressing them to actually take actions on that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think violent games, playing violent games, has to do with anger issues?
No.
Like playing game that's like killing with a knife, like shooting.
I'm trying to think of like kids I went to school with who played like video games a lot. Like what I feel like they did act more like
killing
loud.
ones.
Yeah. They want to just hurt things all the time. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it really.
You think that it does affect it?
It does affect.
Yeah, I mean, I think it has to, honestly.
I think there's a statistic.
Probably.
So, would you let your kid play a violent game?
No.
Like killing?
No.
Like shooting game?
No.
With blood splashing?
No.
No?
Would you?
Nah.
No.
I'll try not to. What if? Nah, I think you would let your child do that.
Mm-mm.
You won't?
No. How about like watching a movie? Would you let them?
What kind?
Like blood killing.
Probably not. But the thing is, because of online social media, even though
they're gonna see it,
they don't search it, it'll just come up at some point.
Right.
So I think Gary Vee was telling something about, kids these days are always on social media. It's so bad for them. Like, how can I like stop them from going on social media? And I think his response was, like, social media itself is not a problem if you just help them figure out who they are as a person and like have high self-esteem, then it wouldn't affect them. So instead of blaming on social media and the content, he was saying they should focus on trying to get them to have high self-esteem and know more about themselves. What do you think?
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If you're on social media, you compare yourself. But if you have high self-esteem and you know who you are as a person, then
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Do you think people realize?
I think people know that.
What to do to not get affected by social media?
Like, I think people know that, like, if you're not comfortable with who you are and you go on social media all the time, you're looking at, like, other people, yeah, they know that they're probably going to be, like, comparing themselves to them. So I would say that they do know that they should learn how to be more confident.
They just know, but they don't.
They know, but they don't do it.
Yeah, they can't.
They can't because, if that's all you're seeing is, like, people with perfect lives, they look perfect. Like, of course, naturally, you're gonna,
That's why, like, the anxiety thing is coming up, being anxious.
Yeah.
Because of social media. Because 10 years ago, I don't think there was such thing as, like, anxiety. Oh, I'm feeling anxious.
I mean, it was, but you didn't hear it.
Often, like,
No,
around
never.
you. It wasn't, like,
Never.
a normal thing.
No.
Where a kid would say, oh, I'm anxious. Oh, my mental health.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I think it's a good thing that, like, people are talking about it, but it's like, it seems like everybody has some sort of problem, would you call it?
So it's like by bringing it up, it's like an echo chamber.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it bigger.
Yeah.
It's like once you start labeling it, then you acknowledge that that thing exists, and it makes it bigger in your head. It makes a bigger problem. Or people have more time. People aren't like struggling enough. Their lives are too comfortable so that they start to focus their energy in that area. If they were busy trying to survive, that they wouldn't think about my mental health. That doesn't matter if you're trying to survive. So
but even in that case, they like people that are busy all the time and they are just trying to survive, they probably have really bad mental health. They just don't have time to think about it.
Yeah.
But
yeah. it's been like that like this whole time though. People are comfortable, they started labeling it. Because of them labeling it, it made a bigger issue. Not everyone, if something happens, my mental health, I gotta go.
I think that like there are actually people that like do struggle with things like that, but then I think also it's kind of used as an excuse all the time. Like you just said, like people that don't actually have.
Have you ever done that?
Probably, I don't know.
I think you told me like a few times or something.
No?
I don't feel good.
I just think people make a lot of jokes about it to the point where it's not even taken seriously half the time.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not having, like, mental health is down. Can you give an extension for this?
They have to, or else.
They're
the bad guy.
Yeah, they're the bad guy.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think people can take advantage of that in a lot of ways.
So do you think this is a good phenomenon where we're labeling mental health?
I mean, like, I think it's good in a sense that, like, it's not as stigmatized as it once was. But there are people that do take advantage of the fact that it's a lot more talked about now, and because of that, they think that they can just use it as an excuse to not do things.
What would have happened if we didn't even label it as mental health?
Well, then I think that you would still have so much stigma around it.
What do you mean?
If we didn't label it, or if it wasn't talked about.
It wasn't talked about.
But it's there. It exists.
I mean, it's there, but
then
people
you
wouldn't talk about it, though.
If you don't talk about it, then it goes back to people not being comfortable, like, sharing how they feel, or they just feel very ashamed about it if it's not talked about.
Do you think that's better?
No.
Oh, yeah, that one's better.
No, I think talking about it is better.
I think they should talk about it when they actually need to. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people, like, they feel more comfortable now because it is more talked about. But then again, I don't know.
Because sometimes it's weird, because back in the days when you'd see people just dying in the streets, that actually that's a problem. I think those people, they actually have mental health issues. But like people who are traumatized, what these days, if they're frustrated with something, mental health, my mental health is at risk.
Yeah.
People didn't really label those just like very shallow mental health thing as actually having mental health issues. We only labeled it to people who are actually going through hard times. What do you think about that?
I mean, the thing is, I think that like back then when it was only like I don't know though. I feel like so many people have like actually do have mental health problems.
For example, who?
Like I don't know. I just feel like naturally like people do, but because everyone's been through something.
Yeah, but the thing is, you also have to. I feel like once you start labeling as that and taking care of those people, even though they're fine, they would still want that help. And they'll just say, I have mental health. So it's basically they're becoming a bit weaker. What do you think?
Like, okay, well, I was going to say earlier that I think back then when it wasn't talked about and not the whole world didn't have a mental health problem, I think that they just didn't talk about it. Imagine how many things like they had to see, like wars and things like that. Like, but you don't think they all had problems?
I don't think, even though it happened to them, things would happen to them, but their mental health was stronger, so that it wouldn't really.
I mean, maybe, really but that doesn't mean that they still didn't have like something going on in their head. Like they probably did.
But it didn't really affect them because the concept didn't even exist. Even though
it just wasn't talked about, it was very stigmatized. Like nobody talked about it. If you had it, you were like so if you had a mental health problem, you were like.
So it's a perspective difference. Let's say let's say someone died, right? Let's say not someone died. You got a bad grade or something. You're suffering. You're not having a good relationship with your friends, for example. Back in the days, even though that happened, the concept didn't exist.
Yeah, but you were still feeling something probably that you didn't understand.
Okay, you feel it. Oh, I'm not having a good relationship with my friends. Okay. That was it.
Sometimes that's all it could be and you get over it.
But by saying, oh, there's another step. What is that feeling? Oh, that's mental health? Oh, it's mental health now. So even though it was the same thing, just by labeling it, we made a bigger deal out of it.
No, but it was something that was always there. It just, like, doctors knew about it, but it just wasn't something that society as a whole, like, talked about.
But if the person's not getting affected by those things,
then they probably don't have anything going on. Like, they just feel regular emotions. Sometimes they're sad. Today they're happy. Today they're anxious. Whatever. But I'm talking about people that actually have like that are like really like they.
I don't know. Of course, if they actually have problems, but I'm just saying. People getting affected by like just daily things and saying mental health. Like
but that's things. That's what I was
But people these days, they just go go to the regular things and go mental health.
Sometimes, I think the way that it can be labeled is not correct. And if anything, I think that it can almost mock people that actually do have a problem. For example, if you're having, some people will like be like, oh my God, I'm having such a bad mental health day. Or you're just having a regular bad day, right? Versus somebody that actually is suffering with mental health problems. Like, that's not just a bad day for them. It's like, that's how they feel most of the time.
Wait, what do you think about this? What if we didn't even label? Let's say in the dictionary, mental health didn't exist. It didn't exist at all. No, let's just say it that way. People don't know about the concept of mental health. But then
they would have a hard time to understand.
No, let's just say.
But it's important. It's important that you understand.
I know
what you're feeling. So you should label it.
But let's say it didn't label, and then by not labeling it, they didn't really think of it that much. So everything was fine. What do you think about that case?
I don't know. I don't know where you draw the line with like talking about something can be good, but it can also be a bad thing if it's talked about too much. You open your phone, you go on TikTok, Instagram, whatever. Most of the videos you're going to see is about something that has to do with mental health. Every single person is going to be like talking about it, but it's like, where do you draw that line? Like, is talking about something too much making it worse? Because then maybe some other people will go on there, look at videos that are talking about that, and oh, do I have that?
Oh,
maybe I have it. Yeah.
Then you start thinking,
yeah,
you go into the spiral of, I have mental health.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
so that's why we shouldn't just label.
Like, I'm not saying we shouldn't talk about it. We should talk about it.
We should talk about it.
Yeah, but like,
but not just normal people talking about, mental health.
Yeah, and that's not to like invalidate other people and be like, oh, you can't have that, since like, I don't know.
Too many people have mental health issues. That's why.
Why do you think that is?
If I'm being honest, not everyone has mental health issues. They're just having a bad day.
Yeah, no, sometimes that can definitely be the case.
Why do I have to add sometimes?
Because that's for people like
mostly.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know like the statistics on people that have mental health problems. I don't know.
Is that your public health?
I don't memorize stats on things.
Like these days, if they're having a bad day, and girls are emotional, right? And if they cry, I cried. Mental health issues. If something happens, it's like, mental health.
Yeah, I don't know.
But back in the day, like 50 years ago, people who actually went through like traumatizing experiences were considered having mental health. Who went to wars, who saw like their friends die in front of them, mental health that can actually affect their mental health. But these days, 2023, bad day, mental health, having a hard time, tell the professors, mental health. That's what I mean. It's like a big difference.
For sure. No, for sure.
So I'm just saying, like, since people are talking about it so much, they think they have it too, even if they don't. And even though it's not mental health, they're just having a bad day, they think they have a mental health. So people are getting weaker. Yeah, actually, people are getting weaker. That's how I see it. What? What?
Nothing.
Because I've noticed that by labeling it, it creates a bigger problem. Let's say you're not, for example, you're fighting with someone online. Let's say you're like famous people, right? Famous. And then there's just random normal dude hate commenting on your post, making videos about that. And if I'm like really famous and I mention his name, by mentioning his name, he's going to get more like eyeballs and it's going to help him. Big picture. The big picture. So if you really hated that person, you wouldn't even like mention it.
Right.
That's like the same concept, like similar concept. If you really didn't agree with that, then you wouldn't even like talk about it. But by bringing him up, you're creating a bigger problem. Like people are gonna see it. That's the issue. You don't think so? I don't think you agree with me.
Well, I don't think that you should suppress it. Like,
yeah, you don't suppress it.
No, I agree. I'm saying I'm not like an expert in this. I'm not like I am.
No, people have to go around and say, oh, you don't have mental health. Stop acting like you have mental health. And actually, people who have mental health have those treatment. But the thing is, these days, it's hard.
Yeah, I know it is.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Just people got weak. So, we started 56.
Yeah, I know. I'm just letting you know.
Oh, you want to let me know the time?
Yeah, because you weren't checking the time.
Let's go into relationship questions now.
Oh, okay.
Would you date someone who has mental health issues? I can say it. I wouldn't.
Okay.
Wait, why?
Okay.
What about you?
Because
that means they're not at a point in life where they should start.
But that's not. But a mental health thing is something that's continuously going. So it's not like they're gonna get over it. That's something that they have for life. So I think that
Oh, you can fix it.
No, you can't.
You can't fix mental health?
You can find ways to cope with it, but that's something that's there with you for life. There's no cure for it. No. You can take medication, but
No, I think you can fix it.
No, you can't.
So once you have it, you're doomed. Rest of your life.
You're not doomed.
Rest of your life, you have mental health issues.
You're not doomed. You just have to learn how to live with it. That's it.
If you can live with it, then it's basically gone.
No, I mean, it's not like every day is bad. You have good days and you have bad days. That's how it works.
Yeah, so then it's not like a mental. You can't label that as mental health problem.
Yes. Okay. To answer your question, I don't think I would, but only because I don't think I am a good person to I just don't know how to I don't want to say deal with it, but I'm not the right person.
I don't want to help them. I don't know how to comfort them. I don't know what to do with them, so I don't want to be around with them. That's what you're saying.
Maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I say, or fuck. Okay, what am I saying?
I don't want to be with them.
Maybe I would change my answer then to, I don't know.
Avoiding right there. No, this is how I see relationship. If you're not comfortable being by yourself, if you're not stable by yourself, you're not at a point where you should go into a relationship. So if you're not fine by yourself, then you need to fix that before you have a relationship.
Yeah, no.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. Shouldn't be
a healthy one. Yeah, you should be fine by yourself. You should be happy by yourself. And then go into a relationship to make it happier.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not happy by yourself, then you need to fix that before you do it. That's how I see relationship. Yeah. I mean, unless you want to have an unhealthy relationship, then
right.
You should be fine being by yourself first and learning how to be independent. So what's your answer?
More.
So what's your answer? You wouldn't date someone who has mental health issues. Yes or no?
I would.
You would date?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they probably are at a point where they know how to cope with it. So it's I don't think that it would really...
They know how to cope with it, then it's not mental health issues.
Yes,
then
it is.
They just have bad days.
No. There's a huge difference. I don't want to get into all that. Anyways, what time is it? Oh, it's time.
What do you mean you don't want to get into it? Explain to me. I don't understand. If they can cope with their emotions, then that means they don't have mental health issues.
They do. They do. They just know how to
if you think
manage
about it like that, if you think about it like that, everyone has mental health issues. They just know how to cope with it. You don't think everyone has mental health issues?
No, but that's like what? That's like part of it. Like if you get diagnosed with a mental health disorder or something like that they'll tell you like, okay, you can take medication for it.
I mean, of course, if you're diagnosed with mental health,
that's what I'm talking about.
Then that they actually have mental health issues.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So what about
There's
them?
my answer.
So what about them?
What?
I don't understand. So what about those people?
What do you mean, what about them?
I don't understand. I don't get the point of the conversation. Like, why? What's your message then?
There's no message. Anyways.
Wait, no, I didn't understand. You have to explain to me. So you would date because
Yeah, I would say because they're a human being. Why? You know, I'm not.
Why would you date them?
Stop interrogating me. My head hurts. It's all foggy.
Yeah, I know, but give me a reason. Why would you date someone who has mental health issues?
Why not?
Because if you're getting into a relationship, for example,
so then
if you're
what you're saying to me then is people with a diagnosed mental health problem cannot be in a relationship. They should never.
If you want a healthy one.
Okay.
Because if you want to bring someone in your life, you have to be fine yourself first if you want to bring someone into your life. But if you're not stable in the first place, then it's very selfish of you to bring someone into your life.
Okay, bravo.
What do you think? I need to know.
I don't know what I think about anything, okay? I just spit bullshit. I don't know what I'm saying.
But what's your answer, though? Think about it.
Oh my god.
Think about it. So
you just want me to say
answer
that I wouldn't.
No, say yes and the reason why.
I did. I gave you a reason why.
Because they're a human being. Because they're a human being. Okay. Anyway, thank you guys for watching / listening. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.